Coach, coming off a 28-13 victory at Chattanooga, and then a busy week ahead with kind of a pair of doubleheaders Thursday and Sunday that we'll get into. But first off, just to take 7 of 10 matches at Chattanooga, what did you think of the team's performance on that day on Super Bowl Sunday?
I mean, when we take 7 out of 10 matches against, a rival, I mean, obviously that's good. I left there with a little bit of a down feeling just because I felt like we gave 2 matches probably away that I didn't feel like we should have. Obviously getting caught and pinned at 33 when we're winning the match and then on another takedown to widen the gap. That stung a little bit, but then at 74, we didn't really wrestle well, and then, giving up 2 stall calls to end the match to lose. Just some things like that obviously puts a bad taste in your mouth. But, for the most part, our guys wrestled well, and, we had a lot of guys that did their job and, still getting with those 2 matches kind of having the bonus points and stuff like that, to still win by that kind of margin, I think shows, kind of our dominance and kind of, what this team's capable of.
I mean, I think the hope was at those heavier weights that you would take care of business, but when it gets 15-13, there's some things in play that those guys do have to take care of business, and how you thought they handled that with their one-sided victories to close it out.
Yeah, absolutely. 84 through heavyweight, those guys did their job because, up to that point, the match is still a match. And so, we needed Tomas and Carson and Jacob to handle their business, and they did. Tomas, bounces right back after Luke's match with a tech fall, and I think that kind of helped start shifting the momentum and try to finish the match off, and then Carson getting bonus points and Jacob as well. So, I was proud of those guys for finishing the match strong and making sure we secured the victory.
Busy couple days ahead. First off, Thursday you wrestle in Clinton, South Carolina, against Presbyterian at a place just right off campus. Then a couple hours later, head back to North Carolina and wrestle at Davidson. Can you, I guess, first share how that came together? I know Presbyterian was originally on a different date on the schedule.
Yeah, there was a scheduling conflict originally that we found out about late, and they were trying to push the match later to like an 8 p.m. start time on a Monday evening. It's about a 3-hour drive. So when I started calculating, that puts us getting back at 1:32 in the morning on a weeknight. And I didn't really like that scenario. So we came to the agreement of making it a doubleheader on the same day that we wrestled Davidson. And honestly, now, I think it's actually a good prep for the postseason, because our guys will make weight in the morning, wrestle the first match at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. or 1 a.m. We'll weigh in at 11, wrestle at 1, and then there'll be kind of a pretty good break where we'll get in the vans, drive to Davidson, warm up again, and then wrestle a night session, kind of like the NCAA tournament. So I think in some ways this scenario might be a great preparation for our guys and kind of what it's going to be like in March. And so, you have a little break, some downtime, get some food in you, come back, get another warm-up, and then have a night match. And I think that's important. And then, we make weight again on Sunday, and the same thing. We wrestle multiple matches. And that doesn't happen a lot at this time of the year. When we're wrestling our conference schedule, usually it's just one match. Then you have a few days later, maybe you weigh in, wrestle another match. But, you're really just wrestling the dual meets for the most part. But then when you go right into postseason, everything is multiple matches in a day. So I think this week could be a great prep for our guys for March. Although it seems like a lot, in February, but having a couple of matches each day this week when we make weight is probably good preparation for the NCAA championships.
Is there any difference in, at NCAA's, maybe you're going back to the hotel and getting off your feet as opposed to being, on a bus or in a van for 2 hours? Is there anything different you have to kind of fight for those guys to be in good position?
You've just got to adapt to whatever your environment is because, sometimes even at the NCAA tournament, some years the hotel is really convenient and it's close and it's easy to get to, and other times there's some transportation issues to get back to the team hotel. So you've just got to learn how to adapt to the environment. And I think that's what this Thursday will be about. It won't be, necessarily ideal. We'll wrestle, we'll shower, get in vans, and then drive to Davidson. But that long break with a meal and then probably another hard warm-up and then another match in the night session, I think is perfect for preparing for the NCAA tournament.
Well, after Thursday, then on Sunday, you're back in varsity gym. Bellarmine, a SoCon opponent, and then Cornell, which is number 9 in the country, and know what a national power they are. I guess first off, how did that Cornell match kind of come together? I know they're wrestling in Raleigh on Friday night, and just that setup for Sunday.
Yeah, so Coach Gray's wife, Callie Gray, actually is an alumni here at App, and she's a couple of times I've seen her at the NCAA tournament, and she was talking about her time here at Appalachian, and I said, well, we need to get you guys back to wrestle us in varsity gym, and she's like, well, I'm going to talk to Mike about it, and we've kind of went back and forth about it for the last couple of years, and I was talking to Mike last spring, and they were planning to come down and wrestle NC State this weekend. So they wrestle NC State on Friday night, and then it just kind of worked out to get them to come wrestle us in varsity gym on Sunday afternoon. So really lucky. I mean, this year's schedule has been brutal. We've wrestled a lot of top 10 teams, and Cornell is a really, really good team. In some polls they've got them as high as 5th in the country, and so it's going to be another great test for our team. And I think it's always exciting when you're wrestling national powers at home. That's always a great thing for our fans and for our alumni and for everyone involved here on this campus.